All right. Yo, welcome back to another episode of our next guest. I am your host, the Silas the third. Listen, if you're just tuning in for the first time, you already know, well, you don't know, so maybe I'll tell you. Our next guest is a platform where we feature content creators and influence and leading people in the industry, especially in the podcast and broadcast industry across the country. And we've been blessed, we've really been blessed to interview and to talk to a lot of great talent, a lot of great people with a lot of great ideas. And today is just going to be the same. But before we move forward, I just want you to know that if you are a content creator, if you have a podcast, if you have a broadcast, then make sure that you get in contact with us so we can promote what you're doing, because we want to know what it is what you're doing, man, and we want to share it with the world. So hit us up at our email at totaleNTradio at gmail.com, or check out our website at www.totaleNTradio.com. If you ain't messing with the computer, give us a call at 313-217-1588. Let us know what you're doing and how you're doing, and we'll make sure that we're there for you for support. We'll be right back with more of our next episode with the Silas the third after these messages. Wait.
Okay, that was cool. That's the introduction.
Just a little introduction. Okay. Just a little introduction.
So what happens right now?
I'm about to bring you on the interview.
Cool. After these messages.
Yes. Yeah, we about to bring you on right now. You ready?
I'm ready. And I don't need. I'm good.
You should be good. I can see it from here. So if you see me like do one of these, that's it. Yeah, you got it. You a natural. I can tell you a natural. So I ain't worried about it. You got to get into it. Listen, welcome back to an all new DTI. Lord have mercy. All new our next guest. I got too many shows, man. Somebody got to do something about this. I'm only getting one check and I'm doing all these shows. Listen, we're back with more of our next guest with me, the Silas the third. And like I said, we have a very special guest with us today, right here from Detroit, Michigan, man. She is beautiful. She is talented. And we have been talking for about 10 minutes. I'm really interested in hearing what she got to say about some stuff. So without further ado, Miss Cecily G, a host of Lux Talk Podcast. How you doing, Cecily?
Hello, how are you?
I was practicing Cecily.
Yeah.
In my mind.
See, here's the thing. And my mom had to correct me on my name.
Okay.
So I always say it with Cecily, like 3 syllables. It's Cecily.
Cecily.
Or Cece.
Cece.
Yeah.
Or I like Cecily.
Yeah,
I'm going with what Mama said.
Yeah,
Mama said Cecily.
Like, why are you saying your name like that? I'm like, it's Cecily. She was like, it's 2 syllables. I'm like, girl.
Wow. Did she tell you where she got it from?
All my children.
Wow.
So everybody thinks I'm named after Cecily Tyson.
Nope.
And it's like, that's cool to say, but her name is Cecily Tyson. It's like, no, I'm Cecily from all my children. Cecily and Nico. Y'all better go look it up in your history. Ask your grandma.
Hey, you heard it right here. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us some background about you. Who is Cecily?
Ooh, let's see. Cecily is somebody who has had 826 jobs, and she's about to be on her 827.
Wow, right from 766 to 766 about 10 minutes ago.
You know what I'm saying? You see how they switched up? But I'm an actress. I'm a podcaster, writer. Get into my writer directing bag, but okay. I've been acting for about, I want to say consistently about 10 years.
Okay.
I did go to school for it. I wasn't in any high school play.
Well, okay.
Ironically,
okay.
My ego was too big.
I understand.
I didn't get along with the teacher at the time. I mean, my school, I went to Southfield High, so they probably would shun me.
Oh, you went to Southfield?
I did, and I didn't live in Southfield either. I was one of them. So I'm pretty sure they would probably like shun me right now, but I didn't get along with the teacher. God rest her soul.
Yeah, baby.
But I was like, I don't need this. I'm about to, go to New York and be this big movie star. Then I go to college. I started going to Henry Ford, and I took acting classes.
Okay.
And the first class I took, my coach, Dr. Popovich, he was like, if you think you're going to go to New York to be this big movie star, then you're just as good as dead when you don't have any training. And I was like, so I'm dead right now. You're dead right now. I'm just like, oh. So he told me to go to Michigan Actor Studio, take classes. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. I went to Michigan Actor Studio in like 2011, I want to say. And I took like acting 1, 2, 3, film 1, 2, 3, improv 1, 2, 3. And at the end of each class, you have a showcase. That's how you build your resume.
Okay.
For all those that's listening.
Okay. School us. Take us to school.
Yeah. So when people ask me, like, oh, how do you get into business? Like, what can one do? And it's like, oh, well, all you have to do is I started off taking classes. That was because you don't have anything on your resume.
Right.
And so that helps. And then once you start booking things afterwards, then you slowly start dropping things off.
That's funny. I never knew that, but I've had actors submit their resumes with pieces from those showcases.
Yeah.
I just never knew where they came from.
It's acting,
that makes sense, though.
So it's good to get that started. From then on, I started, being in different productions. I think I started being in movies. My first feature film was in 2014.
Okay.
Olden Road.
Okay.
Nobody saw that.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Right, okay. I was like the only black female who didn't get killed. It was a horror movie.
Oh, you survived?
Yes. My character was a white man. And they changed it to a black girl. And I was in a kick-ass.
Okay.
But, so from then, I've just been in different productions from then, like a web series, and I did a couple of commercials, and I'm with our group of Productions Plus and stuff. But yes, I've been doing that, and then acting kind of slowed down a bit, and then I kind of jumped into podcasts. It's something I've been kind of wanting to do, more like have my own show. Mm-hmm. I knew that I've always wanted to have my own talk show eventually, and that's still the plan.
Right.
But I kind of fell into it. I was on someone's podcast previously.
Okay.
It didn't work out. It went to shit on live.
Okay, I understand.
Because what I realized in that time, what I always realized, like, I like to do my own thing.
I understand.
I like to be.
When's your birthday?
I am November 22nd. I'm a Sag.
Yep. You don't like you. Oh, you got your own agenda. You have your own agenda.
I'm on a cusp for Scorp, whatever, but I'm Sag through and through. Whatever they say about Sag is true.
Yeah,
like
that's a Sag. That was just Kayla.
Really?
Kayla, yeah, Kayla's a Sag. Yeah, you better let her do what she want to do. She's gonna do it another way.
Because it's gonna get done my way. Like, I know what's best. Like, I'm just saying, I know what's best. And when I was on the previous show, it's like I was under all guys.
Right.
It's funny because one of the guys, he's actually going to be a guest next month, so that's going to be fun. But the main guy is who I started with.
Okay.
All the guys agree with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when everybody agrees. Like, it's cool to agree, but it gotta have some type of all of y'all.
Yeah, the whole squad.
Yeah.
See, I'm the guy that just disagree and just see how mad everybody
get. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick, because that's what I do. See, let me say, what's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't even turn my nose up.
No, I know, but I'm so cool, I'll take it. I will take that.
Oh, Lord, Aquarius.
I had some a close person to me said that you are a MFer.
Oh my goodness!
And I was like, you are right.
And Aquarius made me not want to date any guy. A nigga couldn't even tell me the time.
I'm sorry. You can cuss.
Okay.
You
couldn't even tell me the time. I had to deal with him. But no, like, so at the time.
I'm laughing because we either gonna be your best or your worst.
Literally, right? Yep. So this is my worst. Okay? I'm not even willing to try best. Okay, I'm not even willing to listen. Okay, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I said I'm not your soulmate. I'm not your queen.
None of that.
Bye.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was he saying? So I started with them. Everybody agreed on everything. And I was trying to get the guy. Is that what I was talking about? Okay, well, yeah. I was trying to get the guy pointers because people were supporting me because I was on it, so they were watching live. But the guy kept referencing women as bitches, and it was uncalled for. Right. And it's like it didn't fit. Right. If you're reading a story or an article, you're referencing a woman as a bitch. It's so uncalled for. Like, a guy as a bitch. I'm just like, why? Right. And so I didn't like that. He wasn't receptive to the feedback. And I also asked him. I said, well, you cut us off all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody ever finishes their sentence. He liked to say things for shock value. And it was his show. And I took a step back and I was just like, okay. Right. So in my mind, before the last episode, my wheels were turning. Mm-hmm. I was like, I could do my own shit. I could do this. So I was thinking of my own show, like Let's Talk. And check it out. Yeah. If y'all like, check out the cup. Get a sip. So Beyond Basic Designs, because they sponsor my show. Okay. Listen. Okay, I'm going to plug Beyond Basic Designs. And look, this shirt is melanin. They do custom print, and I have Lux Talk Tumblr. I have like a lot of Lux Talk merch coming through, and I do it through them. So it's amazing. But Lux is like my alter. You want to go to the club? Okay. With my homegirl, she was over red, and she named me Lux. I was just like, okay, sure, for luxury, because that's what I am. Right. And so I was at work one of my many jobs, 200 jobs ago.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, what would I call it? Because everybody been telling me I should have my own show.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind of doing that stuff since I was little anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, let's talk. It sounds like let's talk.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, yep, that's going to be it. I started getting on Canvas, playing with
stuff. Yeah.
The last episode was the shit.
Wow.
And then it was just bad because he took the feedback and was being an asshole about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said, let everybody talk, he will let people talk and he'll be quiet for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll go. And it was just, and then he was just saying things. I just like, I can't. And so, like you were saying earlier, that's what I was getting to.
Mm-hmm.
When I debate, or even when I'm just having a regular conversation, if I see you being one track minded,
yeah, you're gonna try to get me off that track.
Because you can have your own opinion, but you can also see the other side. You don't have to change your opinion,
right?
But you can see the other side. Unless facts are involved, you can't negate facts.
Right,
people like to do that. Right. So I will go so far on the opposing side, just to get you to think about it. I don't even agree with the hell I'm saying.
Yeah. I do that.
You feel what I'm saying?
I do that.
So I see
but I don't want you to sit and just be biased because of your own opinion.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I do. They would think I'm so passionate about something. I'm at all. I just wanted to get you to think. Like Dad said, people don't want to think.
That's so amazing. You have not dude, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass or nothing like that. That is so amazing for you to stand on that, especially in journalism. People don't understand, man. We're living at a time where slowly and methodically logical free thinking is being shut down every chance that it gets, especially using the tool of false information. If you don't begin to train your mind to be able to take an opposing opinion and at least understand it, you're going to be lost out here because they want you to be wired up to be charging up against something. And a lot of times we picking fights that we ain't even got to fight on just because we won't listen long enough to understand another person's opinion. Yeah.
Like you can't, they're so scared to think outside their own opinion. Yeah. They don't even want to, and then that's when it becomes heated. Yeah. And then also when when you bring facts into it, it's like
they take
offense.
You can't.
It's written.
It's
actually on Google. it's a fact, but no. Yeah. So that was that. So with that, when it went downhill, I was jumping ship anyway. I saw it, and I was like, I have my own show. So then I started. April 29th is actually our anniversary. Okay. I want it to be right. Everything's not going to be perfect, but we started off in Royal Oak, and it was just me. So it was like Lux Talk, Cecily, and friends. So that means I was going to have a different chairs changing. I didn't have a codes or anything.
That's a smart play to do it because you don't know who's going to show up every week.
You don't know. The first, by the third episode, a previous friend of mine, she came on the show. She was coming on all the time. Okay. So I have her. I have my other two friends who will come on often, but she will be the one that will be there at every single episode. Okay. But but we had a pretty much simple cast. So all 2019, we was in Royal Oak for the first 5 episodes. Okay. I didn't like not being able to get in touch with that guy like I needed to. Okay. And so I just switched gears, and I ended up going to Oak Park Shop Talk. They actually came from Detroit Podcast. That's where I was. Wow. Okay. So I was going over there where the other guy, Tom Petty. Because never forget, I'm a part Scorpio too. I'm super big. So same studio where I was on the guys' podcast, I went there. Okay. He's lucky I didn't get the same damn day. I'm Petty. I would go before or after you. Like, what's up? But we ended up being there, and it became like a thing. I had to. Nobody taught me anything. Nobody showed me anything. I had to look it up my own way, how to host, right? What to put it on and what to do. Let me ask you something. What did you find when you looked it up? I started off on Anchor at first. Okay. So that way, stuff can get on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts. But when I did a little more research, I like Buzzsprout. Okay. I'm on Buzzsprout, and that's because you can see, it gives you. You can see it's broader. You can see your audience. Because that was my issue when I was at Detroit Podcast. No shade to them. Yeah. But I wish I would have been able to see what my numbers were when I first started. Right. Just to see who was interested, like who watched and all of that. Right. And he couldn't give me that. Right. So with Buzzsprout, you can see what devices they're using. You can see what platforms and all of that. It just gives you that. I ended up having fans in Germany and Australia and all that. So we get reports from the radio station. I'm like, wow. How do you
they're in the UK? And I be looking, okay, am I petty because I be looking for Ukraine and Russia?
Listen, I had one a long time ago though.
Did you?
I did.
See,
I
was like, man,
I
wait
ran for a minute. I was like,
yeah.
I would say
It's
The temperature was
like, I want to
hot.
shout you out, but not now.
And so I did that for about a year. I set my
Uh-huh.
little camera up or whatever, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
We were consistent going on every episode, every week,
Mhm.
and so it was cool. And then when the pandemic happened, of course we took a break, and it was,
Right.
you know, everybody took a break in life.
Right.
And then we tried to bring it back like around June. So I think I did like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. We did 2 virtual episodes too.
Okay.
And then when we brought it back, and then I started going live because fuck boys started.
Yeah, I feel you.
It started to be a thing. I started to see a surge in it.
Right.
It's like, okay, guys are fuckboying at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Like, because at this time I'm single now too. I had just got out of a 6-year bid.
Okay.
I did
Yeah,
a
6-year bid.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With a cancer.
You put in that time.
I put in that time. So everything was new to me in 2020. And I had a really actually good year in 2020. I know everybody didn't because, you know, I lost a lot of people, and I am, you know, sorry to hear that it was a sad time. But ironically for me, I had already had a shit year before that.
Yeah.
So
me too.
you know what I'm saying?
19 could have kissed my ass, but
it definitely could have.
yeah, but 20 was sort of a turnaround.
Yeah. So I started, you know, I got my own place. My first time living alone by myself ever.
Right.
And then I started going live. And then I also have the tea. That's when the entanglement started going on with Will Smith and Jada.
Entanglement.
And so when I was doing lives, and I'd be like, y'all don't even know this is what really happened. And let me tell you the backstory because y'all think he's crying. That's not what it is.
Right.
And I would get, you know, so they would tune in, and then Mark, shout out to Mark from 7 My Radio, he tapped into the live. And then when he got on my live, I liked how his camera looked. Like, why his live look all, he looked fancy. Right. You know, all clear. So then he, long story short, he asked me to come in to like check out the studio or whatever, see if I want to, you know, get something there. And I checked it out and I liked it, and I liked the visual. I like the fact that the cameras go back and forth. I'm a visual person, so that got me. And I thought, this is cool. Started there. And so with my previous co-host, I'm not gonna say her name because we're not gonna say
she previous, hey,
you know, hey, you know, she was cool for what it was. I always appreciate what you could do.
But that happens.
It happens.
We went through, you know how many hosts we went through?
But what happened was when she got on the show, my co-host now, Brittany was a guest on when we were at when we was in Oak Park. The very last episode over there. And I know Brittany since high school. We weren't friends then, but we know each other. And so when she came on, we bonded at the show. And like, it was a good thing. So we knew that she was going to be a guest when we started at the new place. So when she came on as a guest, our chemistry really connected. It was like us and her over there. And it wasn't on purpose. It's just that she's one of those people who is one-track minded. And can't really think. And
keep that thing going.
Yeah, so then me and her had a little thing outside, and it didn't work, and she didn't come back.
Y'all never had any guys home?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, hosting with you.
Yes, yeah. When I was at the before we got to Mark and we were at the old place, I would have guys on because I wanted a guy's perspective at all times, you know? Because contrary to popular belief, guys are our biggest audience.
No, that's not contrary to my belief. I know why.
Yeah.
It's obvious, right?
Because my Instagram is boobs, just to let you guys know. But no, you know, guys, they love to debate with us. And so she ended up getting off the show, and it just became me and her thing. And how we play off of each other, it just became cool. And we did that from August 2020 to last summer. So I stopped there. And so when we got over there, that's when we started having more guests and started interviewing more. Because before it was strictly conversations. And it became more interview based a little bit. And that was that. And so now we're in Southfield. So last summer, my friend, unfortunately, she was murdered.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Yes, R.P. Brittany Dillard. She had a show over there as well. And you recognize the name, maybe?
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, but it was a story. So
I was ready to say we'll talk about it.
Yeah. But she passed. She had a show as well over there. So when she passed, I did her show with her family, and then I did one more after that, and that was that. I needed a break. I needed a break anyway because I do everything. I have a co-host, but at the same time, it's my show, so I do a lot of the back end on it. And it was a lot for me at that time. And you have people when you running a business, And I have a luxury looks. That's a sunglass online shop as well.
Okay.
We're bringing that back, but I was doing so many different things.
Right.
I'm dealing with a breakup, low key too.
Right.
I wasn't done more than the other one, and I jumped in that one. That worked. Now I got two breakups.
I'm back in my life.
Damn. And so I'm dealing with that, and I'm trying to make ends meet, and
Right.
I'm always on the go, and trying to run a business at the same time. And I'm a perfectionist, and I want my stuff to be a certain way, and if the numbers is not where I need to be, and I know my show is great.
Right.
It's like I look at me, and I'm like, what am I'm not doing something.
Yeah.
And I need to take a break. So
it's
hard to take a break.
So much you can do, especially right.
Yes.
Especially if you're gonna get a break in.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's very important. People may feel like how I felt, where I can't stop. I have to keep going. I honestly needed the break right when we started
to review,
but I couldn't do it at the time. So it's very important for you to decompress and take a step back, because if you keep going without a break, then you're literally going to run yourself crazy, and then it's gonna crash at the end, and you're not gonna get where you need to go. You need a break. It's nothing. They're not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And so we took a long ass break.
Good.
For 8 months though, I didn't know I was gonna come back.
Yeah.
Until people started actually asking me like, "Well, let's talk."
Wow.
Where's the podcast? I felt like Rihanna. I felt like Rihanna when people asked about the album. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't want to hear shit about Let's Talk. I'm like, huh? It's in the fall. Somebody called me out and it was like, I thought you said it was coming back to fall. And I was like, winter. But then once I felt the bug for it, I was just like, okay, I think I'm feeling it again. And then now we have podcasts.
So how long have it been since then?
We just started. We're on our 4th episode this week, so a month now. And
you go on once a week?
We go on once a week, Thursdays at 8:00.
Okay.
Yeah. And my homegirl Brittany, shout out to Brittany Chanel. She does her show with Miles Dixon, who's in charge of the show. Okay. Shout out to Miles. She the one who told me to reach out to him. Okay. And I said, okay, but when I felt the book, I was like, I feel it.
You say,
let me reach out. And we left Mark's studio, like Stuff Mark Radio. And it's nothing against Mark. We love Mark. Right. It was just, I need something new, something different. Right. New atmosphere, just everything new for me right now. So I want to try something different, and we over there now.
So what's the future for Lux Radio?
Lux
Talk Radio.
Lux Talk Podcast is.
I don't call it a radio.
But I have an email. My email is Lux Talk Radio.
That's where
that's probably right.
I wrote your email down.
That's probably right. It is Lux Talk Radio. But we have 2 emails, but that's one of them. But yeah, Lux Talk Radio, Lux Talk Podcast. Right. So the future. Right now, we are, because we have sponsors and stuff. We did that over there though. I create the commercials, I edit, I do the voiceovers, I do the edit, I do it all. And so people, if they want to, if you have a business, hit me up. Right. I get nails and, like I said, shirts, and shout out to Beyond Basic Designs and my homegirl Destiny. She's going to be a guest. She her hair exquisite studio in Southfield. But anyway, we are doing that, like focus on getting people on the show to promote their businesses. Also, I want to talk more about different things than relationship. Last week we had a really great episode about real estate. Okay. And I had Miss LaShawn Peterson Jackson and Tawana Peterson Jackson. They're married, but they have a big real estate like following. Okay. They're Black, and as
they from here.
They're here. Miss LaShawn is from the East Side. Okay. Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And she's like one of they're a really big real estate. I'm talking a lot of the real estate companies combined, and they're called the real estate collaboration. They have like over 119 million in sales as of December. Wow. And so it was important for them to be on the show to showcase first of all, Black royalty. It is Women's History Month, but you don't get a chance to see. They highlighted that on the show. A lot of people want to get into real estate. They may want a Black realtor, but it's hard to find them. And they think that if you go to a Black realtor, that you're only going to be getting like houses that, not in the not so great neighborhoods. And that's not necessarily true. Right. And so it was important for me to have guests like that on the show. So they offered insight on that. Right. So we dive into different things. And also we go through shit every day. Right. Me and Brittany, shout out to my girl. Lord have mercy. The things that come out that child mouth. Okay? Oh my God. I mean, I gotta be Brittany. You gotta be Brittany. That's my Godiva goddess over there. But we go through things every day, and we bring it to the show and talk about it. Okay. So it get a chance to get people to kind of follow along what we're doing. Also learn. I say, do as I say, not as I do.
Don't do what I do.
Please don't.
Don't
do what you do.
You might want to do the opposite of what I do sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But do as I say, though.
Yeah.
What I say is accurate. What I do is wrong. So that's the right now. That's what I'm hoping for it to get bigger. Of course, reaching different platforms. We're on all podcast platforms, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of that. But I just want to get bigger, as big as it can get.
Right.
The goal for me personally is eventually to have my own talk show. But I'm an actress too, so let me say that.
Okay, I see you.
But go ahead, I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
That's what this is about. This is about you. This is about showcasing and let people, to be honest with you, you're a little bit different guest than we used to have because, I'll be honest with you, especially my female guests have been co-hosts, right, on shows. And so the different thing for them has been them being able just to even talk.
Yeah, I've been on podcasts, different ones as guests, and aside from the very first one, they've asked me to be a guest, like a host,
right.
Permanently, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's important as women to know, talk, and speak up, and you don't have to. It doesn't have to turn into an attitude unless they want to take it there, because that's what happened when I was on that show. It's like there's no need to get nasty. Like I didn't get nasty with you, but if that's what we want to do, but it's ways about it. Like make sure your voice is heard. Just like we like to make sure men's voices are heard. And sometimes we can, I don't say we get a bad rep, but I think it's funny when we do have debates because in life, everybody got their guard up, men and women. Yeah. Men are used to getting attacked and blamed for everything. Yeah. And now women is starting to feel it, but it's unwarranted. So it's like everybody battle the sex.
We ready. So
and we like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So we offer that conversation on the show. There are times where I'll have a topic and I'll like, all right, and get everybody's opinions. We're gonna talk about this on the show. We're gonna read these comments. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
good.
we kind of just engage and get everybody involved. We got to get down to the bottom of why are we single. Because that's what we really want to know.
Why y'all single? I get it. Yeah. What I think, you want to know my opinion? I think y'all got bigger and better things to do.
Now you're not gonna fall in line with the one guy. Did you hear the one guy recently who said on the podcast? It's been going viral that a woman said, I have the money, I have the career, not all I need is a husband or a man. And he's just like, oh, you'd have disqualified yourself.
Oh, wow.
She's not as attractive now because she has everything.
I believe that if you're meant to have someone, right, then one is going to happen.
Right.
It's going to happen. Especially is what I think a lot of people don't realize, though, is the life that they're in or the life that they want versus the person that they're with. Let's take you, for instance, right? If you ask me for relationship advice, I think I would tell you that if you a star, which you seem to be, then you got to be with somebody that can deal with you being a star.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
You
even with dating.
Yeah.
Someone actually told me, like, when I was dating this one guy, I did a 6 months didn't count.
Okay.
The 6-year bid was with the feds. Okay? The 6-year bid was with the feds. I was a Cancer. The 6 month bid I did county. That was with an Aries. You know what I'm saying? But one of my friends was saying how it's two egos. Yeah. Two people that wants to be and not necessarily want to be, but they are the center of a thing. They're used to the action. Yeah. But I also think, like you said earlier, like you said, we have bigger and better things to do. Yeah. I honestly think that if you want a relationship, because I cannot stand when women say things like, oh, I'm okay. I don't need a man. I don't need a relationship. I'm good by myself. I don't like the way they say it because they're saying it as if they're going to be fine forever. And maybe some are. Right. I'm not that woman. Right. Do I need a man to live my life? No. I can very well take care. I do. I take care of myself. I do everything on my own. Right. I'm not about to sit here and act like I don't want a companion. I don't want to be with my friend. Like with Valentine's Day. I don't want to have Valentine's Day all the damn time. I see y'all all the time. I talk to y'all all the time. I like to have
But I think that's where it hit home most for y'all.
Yeah, so I think that if you look at your life and see exactly where you are, relationship aside, because those are going to come and go, unfortunately. Yeah. What are you happy with yourself and your career? Are you have the type of money that you should be making?
Yeah.
The type of job that you want to work?
And that's what I'm talking. And that's what I was talking about if you a star, because I've actually had a host on one of our shows.
Change when you get successful.
Thank you. When I did a 7-year stint at Rikers, right? But around year like 5.5, 6, I'm accepting some truth. I'm like, dog, this not gonna work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing that I learned though at the end of that, where I said I won't make the mistake next time, is that I'm gonna base whoever I choose to be in a relationship next will look more resemblant to my future than my present.
That's what was her sign though?
Who?
What was her sign?
The one I did Rikers. Gemini.
And you were
Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing it was actually compatible, except for she was 8 years older than me.
Oh. Okay.
And so that kind of.
Okay,
that was in my 20s, man.
Yeah,
that was in my 20s.
But you're right. You need to look, because if you're looking at someone where you are right now,
right,
and you know that this is not your style,
right.
You gotta keep going.
Right. But on the flip side of that, it made me make sure that I became. It was a point in time where I was telling people about this, and like, get out of here.
Yeah.
So I had to make sure that I became what I said I was going to become, so I can keep what I said that I wanted. And that's what I be trying to get people. That's my baby right there. When she talking about she going to want somebody to be with, I'm going to say, wait, make sure you first.
Yeah.
So that, because to me, it's nothing more sexier than a woman operating in her true purpose.
You know what? And that's a fact, because when I was dating a really close friend of mine. He unfortunately passed away last year. It was my first time dealing with death that close to me. Actually, both my friends died 3 months apart.
Wow.
And rest in peace, Brian. But me and Brian, we only saw each other for like 5 months, right?
Okay.
But we've been friends for a long time and remained friends afterwards. And he had his own mortgage company.
Okay.
And so it was, because I'm still new to dating. At first, I felt the way, because I'm like, dang, because I noticed before I got to him, it was another guy who kind of made me feel like I'm not doing nothing. Because like I said, I had 926 jobs. Yeah. Because it keeps rising. Right?
Yeah. Every time
you know what I'm saying? So I was doing a temp job for a minute, because one, I feel like temp jobs are good for actors, because you can just drop off, like, you know, it's permanent. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Right. But I'm just bouncing around, you know, and he just kind of almost made me. I almost felt like, damn, I don't need to be dating. Which is true. Sometimes you really shouldn't be dating if you don't have your stuff together at all.
Yeah.
But then when I started dating, you know, Brian, I'm like, he had his own company. He never made me feel like I wasn't doing anything, but he knows a lot of things that I don't, and it's just, I was looking at it from the outside, like, I wonder how that looks. I'm not a successful. I'm not the biggest star at the time, but you gotta, whatever you're doing, you gotta make sure you think of it as big, no matter what. But that's where I went wrong back then.
Right.
But he didn't make me feel like that. And he actually liked the fact that he loved my podcast, promoted it, you know, to everybody. He liked that was something I was doing on a regular, that I put my all into it. I was serious about it. I was actively doing what I wanted to do, actively doing things that's going to take me to where I need to go. Right. And that's what's important, because people can say what they want to do all day. Yeah. And they don't put,
very few people do it.
They don't put the work into it. You got to have drive and work ethic. I recently met the love of my life, Woody McClain from Power Book 2.
Oh, you know what?
I'm just gonna put that into the atmosphere. But anyways, I met him over the weekend. Wow. But his interview on Angie Martinez, he said that everybody has talent. Everybody can do something. You ever wonder, like, why this person not doing this? Right. You should do this. Why you not? If you have two people who both have talent, one of them making the other didn't, one of them wanted it more. One of them had drive, one of them had work ethic. Right. That's the only thing that's standing in between. So if you're actively working on yourself and your career like you and I are doing, because you know we have a bigger future and things that we want to get to, I don't think there's nothing wrong with dating somebody who's actually on that same level, who could be rising. Or on their way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked on another podcast, could you date somebody who he did a guy that don't make a lot of money, or like or could he be a stay-at-home husband or dad or something?
Okay.
So I said, well, one, it depends on the man because he has to be.
You
secure.
have no idea how much that means.
It depends on the man. If he's secure and comfortable with that. Me, myself, where I know I'm going to go, if I'm dating somebody that work at the plant, right? Because I always got a plant.
Man, but you looking at a former plant.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So where you from?
Warren Truck.
Price. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're and I know I'm gonna be this big actress, big star, big talk show host, everything, right? I'm gonna be rich. So whoever I'm with, I'm probably gonna. I might most likely have more money than them if I'm starting where I'm at right now, right?
Especially when you get to where you're going,
right?
Absolutely.
But he has to be. That person has to be comfortable. I'm also not gonna date somebody that's just gonna always sit at home and not do anything. Right. I just think that it's not, but I also been begging. But
it's funny you said that because when I said what you said is everything. It depends on the man. Because you also talking to a dude that's been 2 years at home. But you have no idea what I put together when I was at home.
Listen.
When I was at home, baby, not only home, having home taken care of, that was a morning job. Yeah. It was what I did. That was when this started.
Yeah.
That was when the ideas for all of you.
Let me say something. I don't have kids.
Yeah.
And my mom is on me about a damn grandchild. In my mind, right now, I'm thinking like, I don't know where a kid is going to fit. So let's just say, for instance, I do date somebody right now. And that person is, I know a guy right now who I talk to. Okay. I feel like he wouldn't even mind being at home, right?
Yeah.
But if we have a kid, I actually wouldn't even mind my husband being at home
with the kid. I was mad.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. As long as you're doing something. It's like it's flip it. If it was the guy and the woman at home taking care of home, you know what I'm saying?
I had the iron. I was washing the clothes.
But because of who I am. I know that whatever guy that I'm going to be with and track, he's going to want to do something.
Yeah.
Something.
That's the key thing.
Even if I okay, what you want to do? You want to do business? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to do something together. Yeah. But you got to get the guy that's comfortable, not somebody that's jealous, not somebody that's envious, not somebody every time you have something, good going on in your life or you're making progress in your career, he don't celebrate with you. And he's not trying to work on himself either. Yeah. Because you got to watch things like that.
Ambition.
I talked about that recently. You gotta have that ambition. Yeah. So, like I said, you gotta be. It's just all about who it is, and I would want somebody they're dating me to. If I'm not doing anything, why?
Hey, baby, what's going on?
You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to help me. What are you doing? What can I help you with?
Yeah, and they should because it's greatness on you.
It's greatness out here, but
it's greatness on you. It's great, seriously. It's greatness on you and the way you talk and your mindset. That's why I'm letting you talk. Because not only do I need to hear it, everybody else needs to hear it too. That's greatness that's speaking. And you should keep up with that. And no matter who it is, whether in a relationship, friendship, nothing, they should be riding that wave of ambition towards greatness like you are.
And that's why I think it's important for everybody, men or women. I'm a woman, so of course I'm always speak more for women only because I don't know how men. I'm not a man.
Yeah.
But for everybody.
Right.
But because I've been through a lot with relationships and it just wasn't working. Mm-hmm. But if I wasn't so stuck on what was going on with the relationship, my career would be further. And I don't know what I'm going to want when I make it. Because when I make it, I may not even want the husband or the kid. I don't know that. I just don't know.
You might not.
You know what I'm saying? I may want something right. I think I did want something because I felt like I needed a foundation because acting got ebbs and flows and I need something to come home to just in case.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure you're good and focus on you and nothing is going to come in and disrupt that. And then you won't be Adele on stage and canceling shows because you're arguing with your boyfriend.
Hey, you know what? Hey, it happens, man.
You gotta make sure your mental is intact and all that. You can't have nobody messing up the bag, ladies. Like you can't do that.
Yeah. But if you get all this stuff, what I've learned is if you get all this stuff, try to get as much of that stuff out of the way in the beginning as you can, and then you know what I'm saying. That it is at the end of the day, it's all about appreciation. Everybody say love yourself. I say finding value in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Loving yourself is cool, but valuing yourself, this mic is valuable. Yeah. I'm not just going to drop it on the ground.
Right.
I'm not just gonna throw it for anybody to hold it because of the value that it has, not just what I pay for it, but what it does for me, what it does for my business. And so if I hold that this valuable, how much more valuable do I hold me?
And that, you see what I'm saying? It's all about you. You have to, if you hold, like you said, if you hold that valuable, you pay a lot of money for that.
Right.
You don't want nobody to damage or do anything.
Right.
You need to treat yourself as such.
Just as valuable.
And I mean, I'm a walking testimony every single day. I change. I'm growing every single day. But even when day comes to dating, it's like I know what I need to put up with and what I don't. It's first of all, beginning of dating stages should never be hard. Aquarius. No shade. No shade. But no, any guy, no, there's any doubt in time. It just should not be frustrating. You need to know when to bounce, and that's something that the ladies talked about on the show last week, where Miss LaShawn, she's been married. This is her third time. She's married to a guy twice, so now she's married to Miss Tawana.
Okay.
They making money, y'all. Y'all gotta go on the winning team, get into real estate, all of that. I'm having back on the show too.
Okay.
But she never was afraid to just get up and leave and start over. And a lot of women are scared to start over.
Yeah.
And
me too.
I'm seeing that. I'm starting because we have a perception like men just get up and go.
Yeah. It look a little different with me.
It looks different.
It look a little different with me.
But I'm starting to see that. Yeah. And people are scared to start over because you're so used to what you had and what it was and what it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't live in that too long, and you got to just keep it moving. And so I just think that everybody should just make sure y'all focus on yourself. Make sure your career, your business is, on the right path before you even try to go and get another relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's some good advice. That's some good advice.
Focus on you. Are you okay? You good?
You good? Yeah.
Are you good?
Are you good?
You know what I'm saying?
Or you?
Because sometimes I'm guilty of that. I'm trying to attach to relationships or whatever because my feelings are still hurt about that one.
Yeah.
I just need to put a little band-aid on it.
Yeah.
It's like a rollover minute.
Yeah.
None of that. Or you're gonna be more than two breakups at the same time with crazy.
Roll over minute.
Okay. But then I thought, listen, every 3 months I fall in love. You can't listen, they can't trust me after 3 months. I tell every guy, don't double back on me. I ain't it. I'm not the one. Okay.
Listen, real quick, we gotta get ready to go. When and where can people tune into your show?
Lux Talk Podcast, Thursdays at 8:00. Follow the page on Facebook, Lux Talk Podcast. We do have a YouTube. It's new.
Okay.
We started to use it more. So hopefully we'll be going live because we had technical difficulties before.
Okay.
But live on Facebook and YouTube. And then also you can catch it the next day on all podcast platforms.
Okay.
So And then I'm Dimples and Boobs on Instagram.
Dimples and Boobs.
With Z's, not S's. So Dimples with a Z at the end. And in the word and then Boobs with a Z at the end.
Okay.
And Cecily Gooden on Facebook.
That's what's up, man. You heard it right here on Total Entertainment Radio. Thank you so much for being the guest, Cecily. Look, I did it with 2 syllables. I've been paying attention.
You got it. I gotta have you on my show now.
Yeah, I'm with it. And even more.
Yeah.
Listen, if y'all ain't tuned, y'all make sure y'all tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, 6:00 Central Standard Time on Total Entertainment Radio for an all new episode of our next guest. I am your host, Silas III. Make sure you hit us up if you want to be on the show, if you want to sponsor, want to kick it with me, whatever, man. Hit us up on our matter of fact, hit us up on our number, 313-217-1588. Check out the website, www.totalentradio.com. Hit the listen now button. It says TER Radio. Now, the reason I say that is because I'm about to drop it right now. We have station number 2 launching next month. Total Praise Radio will be stepping up and stepping out. So it'll be right there running through Total Entertainment Radio. And y'all had 2 stations in one, man, because we told you we was going to do it. So we doing it. Till then, we'll holler at y'all. Peace. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
About that. I get to talk in my bad.
Man, you good. That's dope. That's good. You're good. I'm just about to stop all of this. I don't know what to do after I do that.
Where did I take this picture? Where did you even get this?